All right, Nick, let's talk about the Clemson Tigers. It's a team we love to talk about because they are really, really good and they have made a killing in the recruiting game this past offseason. But Dabo, that's what he is known for. He's always been very good at that. And they got another good one today. I think the Clemson fans are going to be really excited about this.
Yeah, Miles, I could not agree more. This is a good addition, probably a sneaky good move by the Clemson Tigers because the recruiting department has always been solid. But that leads me into my question today for you Tigers fans to answer, as always, in the comment section below. Recruiting is done mainly by the assistants, they're the boots on the ground. But that leads me into the question: who is, in your opinion, the greatest assistant coach in Clemson Tigers history? There's a lot of very interesting names. There's one now current head coach at the University of Oklahoma, or Oklahoma University, excuse me, that may be at the top of the list, but maybe somebody else. Give us your favorite, the best Clemson football assistant coach in team history in the comment section below. But all right, Miles, what you got? What's this latest recruiting update out of Clemson?
Yeah, Nick, it might be favorite assistant coach is Mike Reed, the DB coach for the acquisitions he's been getting the Tigers lately. This guy they got in Ashton Hampton looks really, really solid as a safety prospect coming in here. But let's get on into the article, of course, over from On Hayes Fawcett at On3 Sports. A lot of great recruiting news, all the breaking stories there. So go give him a follow if you want to get the latest and greatest on college football recruiting. But Nick, nonetheless, it says class of 2024 athlete. He is a safety. Ashton Hampton of Tallahassee. This is an interesting one. Florida State University High School announced his commitment to Clemson Saturday afternoon. The 6'2", 190-pounder chose the Tigers over Florida State, Florida, Louisville, and Arkansas. Hampton ranks as the number 700 player in the On3 industry ranking, also as the number 29 athlete and the number 98 player in the state of Florida. Very, very tough state to get ranked in, so take that as you will. Sunshine State athlete joins Coach Dabo Swinney in the Tigers' top 10 class in 2024. He is accompanied by fellow 5-star wide receiver Bryant Wesco and 5-star linebacker Sammy Brown, among others. Nick, I think this is really great because Clemson throughout history has had a very, very good eye at getting defensive back talent. We know back in the first run that they won the college football playoffs, they had that famous no-fly zone. They were really stacked at the defensive back position. So they've always had a great eye looking at guys like that. But, this guy, really great addition to the team. I'm curious, though, Nick, what are your thoughts on Hampton, and what do you think this means for the greater overarching theme of the program?
So here's the thing here. When you saw, and I'm sure a lot of Clemson fans just saw the rankings according to On3 Sports and says, this number 700 guy in the country, why are we excited about this guy? What are we even talking about him for? Why are we even going after him? It was a Clemson program. This is a sneaky good prospect. So you alluded to it, Miles. This guy's from Florida State University High School. It goes by the name Florida High. I know actually years and years and years ago in my college days, I actually played against Florida High a number of times when I was playing high school football up in the Florida Panhandle. And in that classification of football, that is very small level football. And when it comes to rankings in a recruiting class, we're talking 2024 now, the smaller level of competition you go through in terms of what you're playing against, in this case, a small classification, the lower your rankings are going to be. That's why the guys from St. Thomas Aquinas, from IMG Academy, from Cincinnati Moeller, from Mater Dei over there in Los Angeles, on the West Coast, those guys are all super high ranking because they're massive schools. Everyone's seen them. Smaller school products like Hampton here, hasn't got the attention yet. That's why his ranking is low. Trust me, as more people see this guy, as he goes through more camps, as he plays out his senior year of high school football, as he gets more eyeballs on him, his recruiting status is going to go through the roof because this guy's a great athlete, two-sport guy, plays both sides of the ball. On top of that, plays wide receiver, great hands, great skills, elite level safety talent as well. This guy is a football player, and I think that's exactly why Dabo Swinney really liked this kid. I think this is the equivalent of a guy falling in the NFL draft, like the 5th or 6th round, because they went to a small college school and people didn't think he was as good as he was. He gets drafted and becomes a superstar in the NFL. I think that's the same kind of thing we're going to see from Hampton here. I think this is a great pickup by Clemson. And the only reason he's ranked so low right now is because he comes from a smaller classification school. And one other point here, Miles, I don't want to steal your thunder if you want to jump on this. He got this in Florida State's backyard. That's got to count for something, right?
Oh, yeah, that's got to count for something. And Nick, you wonder, this is a small time high school. This is a smaller level recruit. How did they find this guy? Who got eyes on this kid? And that, like I said, Reed, the DB's coach, played with this guy's dad in NFL Europe together. They were teammates there. They saw each other on the daily basis. So that's how he got the inside scoop. He said they used to talk all the time, and he got offered back in December. Ever since then, He's bonded with Coach Reed. He's gotten to know the Clemson culture. Everyone knows Clemson has an amazing culture on that football team. Dabo Sweeney seems like that's top of his list, building good culture. So I think that was it. But this guy took a ton of visits, ended up at Clemson. Then he decided to give his commitment. So I think it's just an overall really cool story. And I think this is one we're going to keep our eyes on going forward, Ashton Hampton, Nick, because this seems like a guy who got snuck out of the state of Florida, lower level schools. People didn't get their eyes on him, as you said, but this one coach knew the right person, found this kid, and was able to start recruiting him early on and saw something very special.